The ultimate goal is to, go to planets like Mars, which are really far away. Before you get there, you obviously need habitats and things for, the astronauts to live in. So the idea is to send these robots to help set those things up. And then once the astronauts arrive, why not use the robots to further assist? Going out in space obviously puts risk on a human. So if we can send a robot out there to do that instead, we, help lower the risk on human lives.
Can you take us a little bit through her functionality, what she does?
Yeah, so she is 32 degrees of freedom, not including her hands, which she currently doesn't have on her. She can walk, she can manipulate things. She has the multi-sense SL, which is in her head, so she can able to sense the world around her and figure out what she needs to do. You have a pair of stereo cams in her chest right there. Additionally, that helps bring more 3D data and just a different viewpoint. You have, her 2 arms, which currently what's on her are her mass simulators. So these are not her hands, obviously. These are just dummies. NASA's currently working on them and fixing them for us. And then we also have, her legs, and then she can walk.
Are there advantages to having a bipedal robot versus one with wheels or one with non-human movement?
So every researcher you ask is going to give you a different answer to that. We live in this environment and we build this environment, for us. So the idea to mimic us is, that we work the best in our environment. So wouldn't a robot also work the best?
She got mad at us.
She did.
So NASA, they developed 4 of these, 4 of the Valkyries?
Yes, they've built 4 of them.
And the idea is to kind of outsource some of the project to universities?
They've done all the hardware stuff, and we are just developing these high-level capabilities for them. So that way, Valkyrie does more than just simply move limbs. She can actually autonomously make decisions and, move around to accomplish tasks that we want her to. So everything we use her for is really, with that in mind. I mean, my personal idea is that I want a robot in the home one day. So all those capabilities both apply to space and home a lot often. So
you potentially see some of the things that your team is learning trickling down into the consumer space, for example?
Definitely. I mean, a lot of the research that we look at are we're looking at footstep planning. So how do we get this humanoid robot from, point A to point B while avoiding obstacles and making sure, she's stepping in locations that she can actually, step and balance on and things. We also look at, doing whole body control. So figuring out, she sees that there's a box on a table, how do you work her joints so that she's able to put her hands on each side of the box and then pick up that box to move it around. You could easily apply that to the home or a space. And so we see that a lot of what we do goes to both domains.
I'm wondering if there's an advantage to when we go to a foreign world, having a robot that looks like us, having something that's familiar.
I mean, so I definitely think so. I mean, for me personally, I definitely personify Valkyrie. I mean, I talk to her, if she's a human, and definitely some people might find that a little weird. But I mean, I think a lot of people do relate to that. I think, you can definitely see that when people come and, see her and things that they, recognize her as almost human-like. And I think sometimes that can make interaction easier.
What's the plan what's their plan for actually bringing these into space? How far out are we at this point?
We're probably quite a few years out. I'm definitely not the person to ask, but she'll never get to space, unfortunately, this platform. But the idea is that, one day a future version of her will get there. And so we are mainly focused on just developing capabilities for humanoid robots so that one day when that platform is ready, it will also be ready or equipped with these autonomous capabilities.